You are now listening to On One Radio, the talk show podcast station, bringing you Inspire Our Podcast, a source for positive mental stimulation and good vibes, uplifting the world in support of peace, strength, wisdom, and faith. The information and resources on this podcast are based on the opinions of the host, unless otherwise noted. All information is intended to motivate, encourage, and inspire positive change and a healthier lifestyle. This podcast may contain some quotations, images, and/or excerpts from copyrighted material. These uses fall well within the copyright doctrine of fair use. Fair use refers to the right to reproduce, use, and share. Good afternoon and welcome to Inspire Our Podcast. I am your host, Toni-Williams. Welcome. And big shout out goes out to all of my day ones. And if you're new, welcome aboard. Glad you could take the time. Now, today we're going to be talking about couples. Pretty much everybody in general, because love is a major thing. And I've run across some of the questions about love and language. Is there a love language? And yes, there is. I've also ran across people asking the question, is it real? My opinion on that is, yes, it is real. There is love languages. Most of the time, we really just go about our days doing us. And that's even within love and relationship. We're doing us, and we don't necessarily put a title on it or give it a name or even wonder if there's a name for it. We just live. Well, for those who are questioning it, this is what I want to discuss today. And it is the 5 love languages. Yes, it's real. 5 love languages. Now, it's not something like, a whole nother language other than what you speak sort of deal. It's a little more deeper than that. Now, according to American marriage counselor and author Gary Chapman, there are actually 5 love languages. And he wrote a book on this. Check his book out. It's called Love Language. And it basically describes how we receive love from others. And he has them listed as follows: words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, and physical touch. So what does all this mean for you and I? Well, for some, it will solidify the facts of what you have already been doing. It's going to confirm to you that you're on the right path, that you're already doing it. You just didn't maybe know you were doing it or know what name to give it besides just saying, oh, it's just love. So let's break it down a little bit. So as far as words of affirmation, now we know as far as speaking affirmations, we know, well, a lot of us are learning to speak more affirmations to ourselves, but you can also do it for others, especially within the relationship. And this is really important. So basically, what is words of affirmation as far as love language? Basically, it's speaking. It's what you say to your partner. Encouraging your partner. Kind words. You look beautiful today. You're handsome today. You did a great job, on your presentation for work. I love the way you handle the kids today. There are so many things. It could be from her eyes to what she cooks, or vice versa. Because, of course, it is speaking what you say to one another. But all in all, it's encouraging your partner. Now, the next one that he had listed was acts of service. So when we hear the term acts of service, you're thinking maybe, community service, military, things like that. No, you can have acts of service within your relationship. And basically all that is action. It's what you do. Take, for example, it's doing something that you weren't asked by your partner to do, but you saw it, you went ahead and did it. That's that acts of service. Like if they're kind of busy, or you see them, going about their day doing chores or something, knock out one of those chores without being asked to do it, sort of deal. And as before, it's vice versa. Kind of like handling each other's lightweight, so to speak. And that can be very helpful, and it does take some of the stress off the other partner. It makes what they have left to do a little lighter. And trust me, it is appreciated. Now, the next one Gary Chapman has is receiving gifts. We all kind of get that one, get the gist of that one. Everybody likes to receive gifts. And that's okay. What's the purpose of it? Knowing that, that person was thinking of you. It's basically giving and receiving. Seeing is that it goes both ways. It's what you give. Like gifts out of the blue, small or large. Just take, for example, your mate is out, they come home, and they've brought you your favorite candy bar, or your favorite juice, or soda, or chips, or food. Or maybe they even brought you your favorite, album that you didn't have. Whatever it is that you like that's out the blue, you didn't ask for it. It was the fact that your partner was thinking of you. I mean, it could be flowers. It could be, it could be a new tool. Guys do love that, But it's receiving those gifts out of the blue. Like, you had no idea it was coming. But it feels good to get gifts. And it feels even better to give them. The surprise look on their face, the smile, the love that they just exude, it just melts their heart. All of that is giving and receiving. And that's a very that's one that a lot of people love and maybe can identify with. Now, the next one he has listed is quality time. You can hear that one and you go, okay, we're spending time together. It is. It's the time. It's what you make of it. Meaningful time spent together. Whether you're on a walk, a hike or something, and you're talking and you've got your deep conversations going on, or it's you two like to bowl and you go and play a couple of rounds of bowling and, laughing and joking with one another, and you have your light conversation there. It all works for the greater good. So whether you identify with that particular one of the 5 love languages, it's okay. Now, the next one is physical touch. Well, as humans, we all kind of crave that. But it's something special about the one you love doing it. It's the physical touch. That touch that's exclusively your partner. Now, we all know most people know how to hug and kiss and caress and all of that, but it seems to be a little more deeper and more special when it comes from your partner. It's a certain way that they do it that just drives you bananas. But it's that physical touch. It's that closeness. Whether you're laying up under each other on the sofa watching TV, or you're sitting there together reading something. And, he caresses up your leg, or across your neck, or kiss you on your forehead, or she runs her fingers through your scruffy beard. Whatever it is for you, that's your love language. If you identify with that one, that's your love language. And that's great. Now, out of all the 5, no matter which of them you do, it is your love language. Enjoy that groove. Whether you're the type who identifies more with speaking, that's fine. Action, that's fine. You're more giving, the time or the physical touch, it doesn't matter. Or maybe you're the type who does several of them, or even all of them. It's all good. So continue to work on the 5 love languages. Enjoy them. Share them. And definitely check out Arthur Gary Chapman's book. I do recommend that book, because it really does describe how we receive love from others. If there's any question in your mind, take the time and check out that book. It could be very helpful. I encourage you all, within your relationships, take a closer look at what love language you and your partner are speaking. It kind of helps for the longevity. The goal is to have a great relationship. It won't be without flaws and a little miscommunication here and there, but it goes along with the territory. And anything to strengthen the bond in relationships, I definitely encourage. Love one another completely, without hesitation, and really discover your partner. Pay close attention to the things they like and dislike. That'll help you know as well. So until next time, guys, have a great week. And let that be your little homework for the week, shall I say. Discover which of the 5 love languages you speak. Maybe one, maybe none, maybe even all. Enjoy and have a great week. You have been listening to On One Radio, the talk show podcast station, bringing you Inspire Our Podcast. Know that you're loved, cherished, and needed. So keep your head up and your heart light. Until next time, have a blessed and productive week. I have been your host, Toni-Williams. Looking for more inspiration? Inspire Our Podcast is available on most podcast sites, apps, as well as on Facebook. We can also be found on YouTube. The name over there is Toni on One.